Welcome back to Dinosaur Island Revival. Since last time, the scavengers have entered the south, and since then they've gained a new member along the way. While on their walk to the south, they met Frosty, the Cryolophosaurus, and invited him to join their pack. He obviously accepted. And now that the scavengers are in the south, they're going to go and find their old den. Although the rest of the group is speeding on ahead, Crash is lagging behind. As Crash is lagging behind, something gets his attention. It is a female Carnotaurus, and it seems Crash has caught her eye. It would seem Crash is doing some sort of mating display. The female accepts his display. And now, she and Crash are a pack. A mating pack. This Carnotaurus' name is Ruby. However, now that Crash is a mate, he can no longer be in the scavengers. He calls to Smokey. Moments later, Smokey and the rest of the scavengers have gathered round Crash and his new mate, Ruby. Crash tells him what's happening. Smokey says goodbye to one of his oldest members of his pack. And the pack goes on their way again. However, Melvin still hasn't said goodbye to his best friend. They share a comforting moment with each other. And Melvin walks away. The two now wander off as a couple. Crash may be the first scavenger who has willingly left the pack. Now we return to the north, where we see Greyfang is getting along well with her nest. Her eggs have now been laid, and now she only has a few days left before they hatch. But she is stressed, as she knows what is watching her from behind the bushes. It's the thing that killed her mate. This is Sawtooth, an adult male Carcharodontosaurus, the same one that killed Greyfang's mate, and has killed many dinosaurs on this side of the island. And now his next prey is not Greyfang, but her children. He knows he cannot defeat Greyfang. He's still weak from his fight against her mate, but if he waits long enough, the eggs will be his for the taking. However, he's not interested in this nest right now, as he has two in his territory. The other nest in Sawtooth's territory is the Dilophosaur family nest. This is a much easier nest for him. 1, smaller prey. 2, Vicky has an infection. That's right. The cut from Frosty on Vicky's neck has become infected. It gets harder and harder every day for her to protect her eggs. But she must do it, or else Sawtooth will have his way. A half hour later, Sawtooth arrives. He's decided this is the nest he is going to target. Here we are on Mount Evolution. Here we can see Hunter's Den. This is where he spends most of his time when he's not hunting. However, there's nothing here to eat. Hunter may be the alpha dinosaur on this part of the island. However, there are so many small predators, and skilled predators may I add, that it is getting increasingly harder to find food. Especially with some of those small predators trying to take his land. This is the Smilodon pack. We have seen them before, but now we shall give them names. The white one is called Snowball. She's not actually a Smilodon. She's in fact a white tiger, one of the present-day mammals that are native to Dinosaur Island. However, she is the last of her kind. She was taken up by the Smilodon pack when she was young, as they had mistaken her for a Smilodon, and they have looked after her ever since. The small one here is Martha, their mother, and the male is Billy. He's the alpha of the pack. They have recently come into Hunter's territory and have been stealing food, as it is not only tough times for Hunter, it's also tough times for these original mammals, due to Entelodon, Andrewsarchus, Hyenodon all being integrated, as well as other types of saber-toothed cats, such as Macarodus. Times are getting increasingly tough on Mount Evolution. Meanwhile, down south, here we see the Hadrosaur herd on their long migration back to the north. They have just reached the Salt Lake. However, we know something they do not. We know what lives on the edge of the Salt Lake. The Hadrosaur herd are being watched by the two males, by the two alpha males, should I say, of the Spinosaur pack. Alexa and Nimbus are back at their den safe. However, these two are here to collect food. Para arises to see his herd being attacked. He pushes Anubis to the ground. Ollie gets up and tries to run away, but Ollie has been spotted. Red Sail has killed Ollie. It was only by chance the Spinosaurs found the Hadrosaurs, but something had been tracking them for a long time, and those somethings aren't happy someone is stealing their kills. The Utahraptor pack have been hunting them since they left the dark woodland, and now it's more than the Hadrosaurs they're after. Switchblade attaches himself to Red Sail, as does Cutlass and Shredder. Then Dagger, Shadow and Shaman latch themselves to Anubis, as does Fred. And just when the Hadrosaur herd think they can escape, Alpha and Fury are waiting for them on the other side. Fury automatically charges for Para. Then Iggy comes in. Cindy watches as the three males beat up Fury. However, Cindy has not been watching well enough. Alpha has killed Cindy. Anubis shakes the raptors off and starts cutting up the weakened raptors. Red Sail has knocked over his raptors as well. They're all shocked on the ground. Shadow lies weak and defenseless, and Alan notices this. Alan has wanted to be the alpha for a long time. He was for a short while, but when Shadow came back, the pack accepted him again. Now Alan will finally have the revenge he wants. The two are locked in combat, Dagger and Alan. Alan has punctured Dagger's stomach. And now goes for Shadow. It would seem all hope for the raptors is lost. Almost all of them are down on the ground. However, something has come to their aid. The scavengers have arrived. Fury sees his friends and goes to the rest of the scavengers' aid. Nick goes to see Cindy. She is dead. Cindy was like the daughter Nick has never had. He looked after her since she was just an egg. Now, she walks away as his daughter dies. Nick walks away into the salt lake. This may be the last time we ever see him. Meanwhile, Frosty and Iggy are in a fight. Para looks round to see his herd. Dead, run off, or in combat. He has failed. Then suddenly from nowhere, Alpha jumps on Para's back. Para runs off into the woods, running away from the rest of the raptors and the scavengers. Para throws Alpha off his back. Alpha returns to the fight. Meanwhile, Iggy is surrounded. The rest of his herd dead or run off. He decides also to flee. Dagger says to Frosty to let him go. And so, they go back to the Spinos. Meanwhile, the Spinos are surrounded, helpless. This may be their last endeavour. Anubis gets up and slowly walks away from the fight. However, his wounds have gotten to him. He passes out. None of the raptors notice this, except for one. Switchblade. And just like that, Anubis is dead. Red Seal rises and sees his son dead. He knows if he stays, he will perish too. So he runs off. Red Sail has sustained heavy damage to his lungs. Red Sail has blacked out. These wounds, they're not fatal. He will recover. But he will never be the same again. Meanwhile, Shadow and Alan confront each other. Shadow banishes him from the pack. Do not turn on your pack members like that. It is the greatest crime you could commit in this pack. Alan gets up and walks off in anger. Meanwhile, back at the site of the battle, everything is over. The fight has been won. The food has been earned by the Raptor Pack and the Scavengers. They now form peace with each other, which they have always had. Shadow and Smokey gather to bring their two packs together, at least for one more job. You can also see that Fury has joined the Scavengers again, and Alpha has joined also. Shadow informs Smokey that the one thing they shall do as a mega pack together is go after the one herd they've never been able to kill. The Ceratopsian herd.